Working the talk with your fellow man. Show us God made you rich and poor. You gonna reap just what you sow. You might run on for a long time. Run on, ducking and dodging. Run on you for a long time. Let me tell you all about it. You might
Track's starting to get extremely sandy. Starting to feel like I'm on the wrong bike in the wrong place. It's very hard work, very slow going. We're probably averaging about 40 kilometres an hour at the moment, I'd reckon. Just keep coming across these big stretches of sand. As you can see, it's quite a struggle.
Piss off with that thing. This is hard work.
Wonder how much worse it gets.
Fuck. Oh. Just gotta take your time. Try and put yourself under. When you try and put yourself under time constraints, you gotta be here or there at a certain time. You just start rushing, and you get tired, and that's when you have a stack. You have a stack first thing in the morning, like you get it out of the way with. That's the best way to do it. So it should be right for the rest of the day. So now it's all going good. About 100 k's into the journey to Birdsville. So another 40 k's, and then we're going to turn off the Cordillo Downs Road. It's meant to be even worse than this.
So we're having a bit of a stop. We've only done 100 k's. We've been going, I don't know, 2.5 hours, I suppose, roughly. But Dave's going to try and get some of the weight off the back of his bike, drop our tyre pressures a bit more, and see if that helps us. We know the sand gets worse after we get off this road and get on the Cordillo Downs Road. There's a stretch of about 20 k's of pretty bad sand, apparently. So we thought we might drop the tyre pressures, get through this, and then I got a compressor under the seat. We'll pull up, and once we start hitting the gibber planes again, the rocky stuff, we'll just have to pull over and pump them back up again, because the bike's just too unstable with this much weight on it in this much sand. You know, it's pretty hard going. It's a bit of a comedy of errors today. We've made a bit of a mistake again. We're realising why we're having so much trouble. We're on the wrong road again. When we left Inaminka, we asked directions for Birdsville, and they sent us up the southern part of the Cordillo Downs Road, which isn't the way we intended to go. We'd intended to go up, sort of continued following, I guess, what is the Strzelecki track, up to the Cordillo Downs turn-off. So that was sort of 160 k's or something, and we've got this far and just realised what we've done is taken this road, which is the sort of backtrack, the sandy backtrack, which is a little bit shorter but very hard going, and that's why we're not seeing anybody. We've seen one four-wheel drive out here the whole time, and there was meant to be heaps of people heading up here. So we've got about 35 k's to go before we get to the end of this track and actually hit the Cordillo Downs at the wool shed there, and hopefully it's going to be better than this, because this is very hard work. We've let our tyre pressures down as far as we sort of feel safe to do them. I'm running 20 in the front, 22 in the back. Dave's are a little bit lower because he's got tubes, and we're still all over the place like bloody octopuses, arms and legs flapping everywhere. But we'll just push on. It's getting late too. It's probably close to 1 o'clock. We've still got a very long way to go. Adventure riding. Come and see Australia. Yeah. be, I guess you'd say. We're just putting air back in our tyres now because it's now we're into Gibber country. It's quite rocky and we've had our pressures pretty low to get through that sand. We're both absolutely knackered. We've been riding for 3.5 hours to do 150 kilometres. Absolutely stuffed. Gonna have to have something to eat soon just to get energy back up again. But at least now hopefully we've got a shot at having a go. Dave's bike used an astronomical amount of fuel. He's carrying 23 litres in his tank, and then he's got another 2 5-litre jerry cans, and in 100 kilometres he used 10 litres. He had to put both 5-litre jerry cans in 100 k's, so it's sort of double his normal fuel consumption. My bike seems to be alright. It's I haven't had a look in yet, but the fuel gauge still reads full, which you know, usually I get about 150 k's or so before the fuel gauge drops a notch, and we've done 150 and it still hasn't dropped. So my bike tends to use less fuel if I'm in the slower going stuff, but Dave's bike was really feeling it. Not going hard enough, he says. I haven't crashed yet either. Yeah, so anyway, we're probably about 10 k's from Cordillo Downs woolshed now, which means we've still got a fairly big ride to Birdsville from here. It's about 1 o'clock, 1:30 I think. So we'll just keep pushing on, have something to eat, get the energy back up and try and get in the zone and just cruise there. But we made it. We've learned a few lessons in the last 2 days about navigation. Just double check everything. We just got bad advice at the servo. They just sent us out on totally the wrong road. So we've come up the tough way, but now we've got that out of the way. We've done it. Bloody glad I wasn't by myself. I think Dave feels the same, and I definitely wouldn't do it again on a bike. That was pretty close to the hardest bloody 4 hours of riding I've ever done, I think.